Okay guys, welcome back to the SRU Campus Recreations YouTube channel. My name is Luke with another how-to video. Today we're going to be doing some squats. So we'll go through some variations from the beginner level to the advanced level. So without further ado, we'll get right into it. But before we start, check out Alex's YouTube video for the proper active warm-up as well as a static cool-down. We want to do that before and after each workout just to make sure our body is good to go, as well as good to rest. So, without further ado, here we go. So, to complete a normal squat, this would be kind of the basis for the whole thing, all the things we do today for all the variations. So basically, we want to get our feet about shoulder width apart. We'll point, so instead of the toes pointing straight, we'll have the toes point slightly outwards. This puts it in line with our knees a little bit better. Our knees tend to want to go outwards like that. So if they're forward, we're going to be going like that, which might be a little awkward on your knees, put a little more pressure on your joints that you might not want. So put the toes, point out just a little bit, nothing crazy, that'll be for later. Just a little bit. And then basically we don't want our knees to go past our toes either, like this, because then we're kind of putting a lot of stress on the knee joint itself, which can cause knee pain as well. So we really want to work on just kind of sitting downwards straight, so that our knees don't go all the way past our toes. Nice and easy like so. Down and up just like that. We don't want to go forward. Also, we don't want to lean too far backwards like that. Sit up nice and tall, nice and down like so. So when you're squatting, you want your head to be almost in a downwards, more of a neutral position rather than up like this, as this can cause neck issues. If you have a rounded back and a rounded neck like this, into some hyperextension, which isn't really the best for us. So we'll try to keep our back as flat as possible, keep that core nice and tight, head nice and neutral, kind of look with your eyes. So wherever you want to look at, keep the head neutral, but look with the eyes like so. So we'll go down like this, right back up like that. We're going to squat down to about 90 degrees, right back up. So we'll go nice and slow down, to about 90, nice and slow and controlled up. We don't want to go down and then walk out super fast. That can also cause knee pain, possibly. So when we go down, we keep it nice and controlled, right back up, walk out nice and easy. Also, when we go down, we want to drive through more so of the heels or the middle of our feet rather than the toes. And so we don't want our toes to come up as we're squatting up. So if we're down in front of our toes, we'll go up like this, and it's more of like a calf raise. So we kind of want to really go down and then kind of nice and controlled right through the heels. Kind of drive those heels right through the floor. So that's the basis of the normal squat. To modify that for another easy beginner variation, we can do narrow squats or goblet squats, as some people like to call them. So basically we'll just bring those feet, instead of shoulder width, they're in a little bit. So a little bit closer to each other. Bring them out just a little bit. And then we're just going to go straight down and then right back up. Just like the normal one, the feet nice and close. Down, sit that butt down, right back up. Nice and controlled, nothing too crazy. Don't lean forward like we're like this, real bad. Just try to keep up just a little bit, and then right back up. Like so, right back up. Okay, so after narrow, we can go to a wider squat, or otherwise known as a sumo squat. So it's gonna be, base of our feet are gonna be outside of our shoulder area. So we'll start like this. Toes out just a little bit, nothing too crazy again. Just a little bit, but not straight, because that could really cause some bad inwards knee joint. So just like this, hands down, nice deep squat, right back up, nice and easy. Down, right back up. Down, right back up. These wide squats will kind of target your glutes and your hamstrings a little more than the quads. The narrow ones will target the quads a little more than the hamstrings and the glutes. More so, all the weight is more over top of your knees, and then back here, the weight's a little more towards your glutes and your hamstrings, like so. Okay, so those are the general squat, the narrow, the wide. Up next can be the plie squats, so that's doing the feet more like this, a little more crazy outwards. So plie squat, another shoulder part. You could do close together if you want, you could do wide if you want. Wide is probably a little harder. So we'll go about shoulder width apart, but point those toes more outwards, okay? Just like so. And a plie squat is just basically down and up, just like that. Down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Okay, so those are free squats. Up next, we can get to a deep squat or frog squats. So basically, we'll get back into that shoulder width position, toes slightly outwards, not too crazy, not too far straightward. And we're just gonna deep squat all the way down and then back up. So we're really trying to lower that butt as far to the ground as possible. Nice far down, nice control up. Down, back up. Those will be your deep squats. Those will also target your glutes and hamstrings a little more so than your quads. So after deep squats, we can go to some toe squats, and just like the name says, we will be up on our toes in that same normal position, but like this. So we're keeping the calves activated the whole time. Down, back up. Down on the toes, back up. On the toes, back up. Just like that. We're just kind of keeping those calves activated a little bit more, also hitting the major muscle groups of the legs. So after toe squats, we can go to some lateral squats or side squats. So basically, it's kind of like a step outwards into a squat, like so, and then back to the beginning. Step outwards to a squat, back to the beginning. Outwards, squat, outwards, squat. These ones are good because they kind of focus on your hip abductors a little more, as well as the quads, hamstrings, and glutes. Kind of getting everything in there. Okay, after lateral squats, we can go to some box squats. I don't have a box here, we do have these steppers here though, so at home you can use a chair, a table, a bench, coffee table, anything that's a little lower than your hips. You don't want to go too high, so probably from like here to here for a box squat. The lower, the harder it is, the higher, the easier, just because you're not going to be bending as much. But basically a box squat is normal squat, and we're just going to sit right down. So we'll sit down into the chair, and then back up. We'll sit down, and then back up. One more time, back up. Nice and easy, nothing too crazy. So from box squats, we can go to some wall squats or wall sits. It's more of an isometric hold on the quads. These ones are good burners if you want to hold these for like 20 to 30 seconds or so, whatever you can really tolerate, up to you. But basically it's going to be the same thing as a box squat, but we're going to have our back against the wall with our feet not too far in front of us, because then that kind of defeats the purpose, as well as not too far close to the wall. So we're going to go about a foot or so from the wall, feet shoulder apart. You're just going to sit down on the wall like so, legs about 90 degrees. We're just going to hold it there. You'll feel it right in here the whole time. Nice isometric squeeze in the quads, just like so. So this is the wall sit. To make it harder, just go longer. You can always do one-legged wall sits, also pretty tough. You can do the figure 4 wall sit, which is going to be a little later. Won't be a wall sit, but just like this. Get a little stretch on the old piriformis there. Back up just like so. So that is the wall sit. Up next, we'll go into some more active or jumping components of a squat. So basically the first one's gonna be a squat jump, and the next one will be a squat to squat jump. So for the squat jumps, basically we're gonna get to that normal position. We're gonna squat down, explode up, and jump. Down, up, and jump. So to do those more repetitions in a more consistent manner, it's gonna be down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Those will be squat jumps. Try to keep a nice soft landing. We don't want to jump up and slam too hard. That can cause unnecessary pain on the ankles, knees, all the joints that are involved. So nice soft landing into a squat, jump up, nice soft landing, jump back up. So those are the squat jumps. A harder variation of that is a squat to squat jump. So basically it'll be your normal squat, down, up, and then back into a squat jump. So down and then up. Nice soft landing, down, up, down, up. Nice soft landing, down, up. Those will be your squat to squat jumps. Okay, so that does it for the more beginner / normal squat variations to do at home with no equipment. So up next will be 4 more advanced squat positions. They're a little weird, but they're not bad. So the first one is going to be a pulse squat or a 1 1/2 squat, whatever you like to call them. So basically, you'll be in that squat position. You're gonna squat down, up halfway, and then back down, and then fully up. So it's gonna be 1.5, just like that. Or pulse is in like a bouncing kind of motion, so you're pulsing up, back down, up, back down, just like so. So those are your pulse or 1.5 squats. Up next, you're gonna use that box or chair / coffee table again for Bulgarian split squats. So we'll grab these steppers here. You're gonna throw one leg nice and far out. We don't want it too close to us because when we go down, our knees are gonna go over our toes, which is not what we really want in this case. We're gonna try to limit that, so a nice big wide base here. And you're gonna put your back leg up onto the box or coffee table or whatever you have. So just like this, kind of like that split position of our legs out like so. And then we're just gonna go down and back up, just like so. Keeping the knee in line with the leg, just like so. And that is your Bulgarian split squat. Just like so. Okay, after those, we can go to some pistol squats. So pistol squats are basically a one-legged with a leg out in front, keep the arms out in front as well for some balance. Squat as low down as you possibly can. To make it easier, we can do it on the box per se. So we'll do the easier ones first and then we'll go to the more advanced ones. So a pistol squat basically entails that you get nice and close to the box, one leg out, hands out for balance, squat down, back up. So these are pistol box squats, just like so. All on one leg, really testing that stability of the leg muscles as well. So to do a normal one, it's gonna be right here, hands out, leg up, down with one leg, and then back up like that. Down with one leg, back up. To make it easier, you can just go a little bit and back up, try to get the motion down a little bit. Or to make it harder, you can go the whole way down if you can, and the whole way back up if you can, just like so. So that is the pistol squat. And last but not least is the figure 4 squat. So again, we'll start with the easier modification. But basically you're gonna make a 4 with your legs. So it's gonna be one leg over, like across, like so. So we'll get nice and close to the bench here. Leg over, squat down, squat back up. Right down, back up. So those are figure 4 box squats. To do them a little harder, we can just do them right here in the air. No equipment, no weights, nothing. We'll go one leg over the other. Get your balance here a little bit. Down, back up. Sorry, I fell there just a little bit. So it's me one leg over the other. Down, back up like so. Make it harder, go the whole way down, a little easier. You can just do a little half reps, just like so. Make it a little harder. Try to go as low as you can, and then back up on one leg. Okay guys, that wraps up today's video of how to complete squats and different variations through those squats. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them below in the comments. If you want to see us do more squat variations, also let us know. We can post more videos later. But that does it for today. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.